Boop. Okie dokie. And we're back. So let's pop over. And of course, I left on the loopy voice. 1 second. No. If you're ever looking at YouTube and you can click the little, I think it's Gemini, the Gemini dot. I think majority of those questions are deep dives on the loopy voice. But I'm getting distracted because I'm getting excited. It's been a long time. Has it been a long time? Feels like it's been a long time since I got into play Armored Core. Just haven't had the time to quite dive in. We ended at a pretty good spot though, because it's an intermission episode. I can refamiliarize myself with the controls, I can really tinker with the build against some arena opponents, and just kind of see where I'm at before moving deeper into Chapter 3. So there's 2 builds, but I mainly want to focus on this one for reasons. So you may have seen that I pulled what I call a classic Snacksy, where I currently have equipped the rifle that I said I definitely didn't like. And the reason for that is... we'll get to that in a second. Try not to keep you in suspense. Good thing it's an intermission episode. So we still have the bazooka that's working very well as a punish. But I have to be careful because these missiles have a long kind of launch period, and if I hit the bazooka too early, I'll cut off the missile launches. That's just going to take some piloting discipline from me, which we'll practice in the arena. Core build hasn't changed much. I like this head. Melander core, well-rounded. Oh geez, how would I pronounce that? The Nachtreiter? Something like that in German. Arms, which are very good for firearm handling, for tracking targets that are moving. Melander legs are just well-rounded, kind of defensive legs. The booster's the big change. We're using the Flugel now from the Alula. They're both kind of high-speed boosters, but the Flugel is better at vertical mobility, which is something that I like a lot. FCS, still the same, just a well-rounded one. Generator, I think it's still the same. It's the Ming Tang, which means that we're sacrificing energy firearm spec. I'm not using any energy weapons in order to have that faster, more flexible recharge. Because, yeah, our energy recharge delay is at only 0.71. Really fast. So why are we back to the Ransetsu then? So, what I wanted to try out, moving from the Curtis, is that the Ransetsu actually reloads quicker. And the reason that's important is because I needed to maintain the stagger bar on the enemy, because when I switched off of the pulse missiles, the MLT-10s, they're heavy hitters, but they're kind of bursty. So they're not good at maintaining pressure, and if I don't have a gun to maintain pressure, then the stagger bar will drain before I can, I guess, raise it back up again. And the bazooka is only really going to connect unless I get lucky if they're already staggered. So when you're running 2 non-animation lock firearms, you don't have to worry about the reload too much because you're going to kind of keep up suppressive fire. But I really only have 1 gun constantly firing. And for that, if I'm reloading, then the stagger bar is going down. So the idea is, since this one reloads, let's see, 2.2 seconds versus 1.8 seconds, since it reloads faster, and it has more stagger per shot while shooting a bit slower, I should be able to keep that bar better managed. That's the theory anyway. And the theory is what we're going to test over here in the arena. So the first person we're facing out of 1, 2, 3, 4. This person's pretty tough. Can I count? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, we have 5 arena battles to do. What was I saying? It's gone. Totally gone. Oh well. Well, I think about it. Instead of having to read it aloud, now it's in the center of the screen. So, anyone who's watching this can read it themselves as I distract you by talking. I'll gather my thoughts quietly if I'm still distracting you. And in about 5 more seconds, we'll jump in. That way you can pause the screen if you want or something. That's about 5 seconds. So let's go. So there is another build out there, but this
Arena
one...
Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 22, entering rank D. Subject AC, Li Long, call sign, Gun 3, Wu Huahai.
It's an intense logo.
Commencing evaluation.
Main system activating combat mode.
Okay. Another shield build. I still have the controls down. Yeah. Kinda have the controls down. Well, if you just sit still, I'm gonna shoot that at you. Nope. Gotcha. Ouch.
50%.
Having second thoughts about this rifle. A little more. It is keeping the stagger up, but damage pressure I think is kind of low. That was good. Good sequence.
AP at 30%.
Of course, my piloting also leaves something to be desired. But I won anyway.
Concluding evaluation. Well done.
And that's reload. Yeah. Okie dokie, that's a win. I wasn't too satisfied with it, so let's try again. Gonna pull another classic Snaxy and loop right back to the Curtis. What I was saying, though, is there's another build. We saw it on the Sea Spider. That's heavier and is using a laser rifle. The laser rifle has a similar advantage because it doesn't have to reload ever. But energy weapons in general don't have the best stagger. So it's kind of a wash. But I think my ideal is somewhere in between.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation.
If we can find a core that'll get an energy weapon specialization generator to recharge faster. Kind of sub 1 second. Another interesting thing about this build, though, is technically I have perma-flight, as long as I don't quick boost too much. Should have shot the bazooka there. And with perma-flight, if you fall, you really don't always have to quick boost. Just falling will give you velocity to dodge stuff anyway. There we go. That was close. Yeah, I think the Curtis might be the play, unfortunately. Numbers on a spreadsheet, it's not really a spreadsheet, game stats don't always map out to game feel in reality.
At 50%.
Well, that worked pretty well.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Some of that's the pilot. That can be sorted out. Let's do one more run. Actually, let's go ahead and switch to the Curtis, and we'll compare that. Got 2 Ransetsus under my belt to think about. Let's see how this feels. Probably a lot better because the Curtis can shoot
Arena
about
combat.
as fast as you can push the
Main
button.
system activating combat
So it's just a
mode.
very well-paced gun. Very satisfying. See? Push the button, it responds. It just reloads a bit slower, which gives time for that stagger bar to go back down. Gotcha. See, I'm reloading right now, and I don't have the missiles to fill in. So we lost a lot of stagger there. I don't really have the talent for the tactical reload.
AP at 50%.
I got lucky there.
Target destroyed.
But I think the
Concluding
Curtis is
evaluation.
still the play.
Well done.
Okay, let's keep moving down the arena. And we'll use the Curtis. So who's next? Ring Freddie. Kind of intense icon. Pop over here. Let you read it while I gather my battle thoughts. Attempt to make that tough decision between which primary rifle I want to use. Okay, zoned out there for a second. It's a tough choice. Loading.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 21, rank D. Subject AC, Candle Ring. Call sign, Ring Freddie. Commencing evaluation.
It's a very fast tank with missiles and grenade launchers that can be fired on the
Activating
move.
combat mode.
A little bit tricky. See if my missiles can keep up, though. Don't like. Ouch. Reload. I need a slightly longer range FCS. I don't think that's quite an option yet. That's not good.
AP at 50%.
So I need to keep... Ouch. Catch up.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
I was going to say I need to keep him moving straight at me. That way my missiles don't get caught in a slow strafe. But the thing with lightweights is kind of one mispilot And that's all it takes. Let's try again. I think I can do better. So I have just enough of that defense buffer that I can kind of afford to make mistakes.
Arena com.
Main system activating combat mode.
Not too many, though. Okay, let's try that strategy. There we go. Oh no. Doing worse now, of course.
AP at 50%.
That's good. Okay.
AP at 30%.
Oh, that was close. That was lucky.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Starting to have second thoughts about the Flugel boosters, because I gave up a lot of horizontal speed for vertical, and that might be hurting me a bit. Of course, that is a highly mobile AC, so it's kind of the point. That also is able to carry heavy weapons. But I was still feeling a little bit sluggish, even if I shouldn't expect to be faster than a lightweight tank.
Arena combat aptitude.
The map's some of it too, it's a small
Main
map.
system activating combat mode.
Let's see how this feels. Ouch. Whoop.
AP at 50%.
Of course, anyone who can kind of naturally strafe my shots is
AP at 30%.
a big challenge for me. Curtis actually isn't really connecting, and my missiles are struggling too. Ouch. Somehow I'm getting worse. But is it me, or should I have stuck with what I had before?
Main system activating combat mode.
Maybe I need to be more intentional with my shots. That was good. Maybe aggression is the play. So do this. That was close. I almost just ate it real bad.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
I think I was playing to where Ring Freddie wanted me. Being intimidated by the grenade launchers. That way, he could keep shooting his missiles at me as pot shots. When I should have been more aggressive, which is kind of hard to do with my build. So I don't have the big melee weapon to just run at you with, or like shotguns or anything. More of like a mid-range kiter. So it might be like a natural counter for me. But part of the joys of being kind of well-rounded, which I'm not the most well-rounded, I'm a little bit well-rounded, is that I should be able to adjust on the fly like I did, going into like a jousting style to run him down after he wastes his grenade launchers.
Main system activating combat mode.
Let's try that with the Flugel. So I'm just trying to maintain my optimal range, which is actually somewhere he's stronger at.
AP at 50%.
Kind of Mexican standoff there, as I fumbled my buttons.
AP at 30%.
That time,
Target destroyed. Concluding
Freddie
evaluation. Well done.
employed my strategy better than I did, but my weapons were a bit more optimal for it. Which might just mean I'm very bad at the game. Bear with me, let's try again. I want to have a good handle on this. This is like the second cupping of G6 red. I think it was G6. Where no matter what I do,
Arena.
just kind of a
Main
tough
system
matchup for me.
activating combat mode.
Whoa! I was still boosting. Darn reload. Good. I'm above. Nice.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well
Maybe I'm
done.
learning something. One more thing to try. That's going to be borrowing from the heavier build. Let's just try the heavier build first. Where are my saved ACs? Nope. Here we go. Save this one. Let's load this one. So this one's using a laser rifle, a slower recharge generator, goes from under a second to just slightly over, which is what I would like to get under on the recharge delay. That way I don't have to think about it as much. Kind of heavier, I think maybe looks a little bit cooler. Much slower. I'm also using the Flugel to maintain better aerial maneuverability. Which I like. I kind of like to hover mid-air, kind of close to the ground. And kind of mid-long range to dodge shots and hopefully connect with mine more accurately. Then we
Arena
wear
combat
down the target, then we punish
Main
with the
system
bazooka
activating combat mode.
until we win. So no reloads needed here. I just can't overheat the rifle. If it does, it reloads, but I'm rewarded for letting it sit for a little while while I push other buttons. Now he's out in fighting me. Still kind of worked.
Target destroyed.
See, much slower horizontally,
Including
but I have a
evaluation.
big
Well done.
kind of awkward up. Let's try again. If you're sick of me now, that's why this is an intermission episode. Because I'm going to do a lot of spiraling, come up with something that I think is final, and then change it to something else. Probably something that I started with. 'Cause that's just what I do.
Main system activating combat mode.
Let's try and be more aggressive this time. I accidentally cut off my missiles, so that wasn't good. Nice. So you're on cooldown now. Overheated my energy rifle. Missiles are back. That time the raw damage of the energy rifle
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
took him down. Maybe this is the play. I don't know. I really like not worrying about reload though. Okay, we're gonna pause for just a second, stretch my legs, and then I'm gonna try a hybrid between the two ideas. We'll see how that works. Since it's a recording, it's just a pause, so it'll be instant. So BRB. Boop. Boop. Okie dokie, we're back. So what did we learn? Not much, but I do like not thinking about reloading. So let's see if we can make a hybrid version between the heavier laser rifle one and the higher mobility, sacrificing all energy damage one. And what we'll probably wind up with is the worst of both worlds. But that's part of the fun. So we already have it saved, so we don't need to worry too much. So there's our lighter laser rifle. Side thought, but I think the Ransetsu actually benefits a faster AC because it does have that slow shot per hit thingy. I think that's called firing rate. Good job, Snacksy. You know words. And so with that slower firing rate, if you're faster and can maintain your distance, then you can gradually wear them down. And you can evade more because I'm probably way off. It doesn't feel like this has to light it, or the fastest DPS once they're in your face. So you really need to lower their damage by outmaneuvering them to let that rifle do its very good work. That strategy is not so hot for me, but give it an episode or two and we'll loop right back to it. So this generator is actually well-rounded in a lot of ways. But the Ming tank can take a lot of abuse and it rewards you for it with that very fast energy charge delay recharge, because you don't use your boosters or anything for under a second, it's already coming back fast. This one you need to be more deliberate and you're thinking about dodges, because if you're quick boosting constantly, you're never getting over that 1 second, so you're not getting the quicker recharge. And as we know, I like things to just kind of take care of themselves passively. That way I can focus on the things I am good at. What those things are kind of evading me at the moment. I think what I'm good at is making myself comfortable,
Arena combat aptitude
emphasizing my
evaluation
strengths, and
Main system activating
shoring
combat
up my
mode.
weaknesses. Very good. So there's more
destroyed.
thought behind
Including evaluation. Well
what I
done.
had to do for this one, but it looks like, sorry, adjusting the microphone a little bit. Looks like that little bit of extra cognitive load is worth it. Let's try one more time. I think Ring Freddie is a good test for my playstyle because he counters it so well.
Arena
Hits heavier than me and
Main
is
system
faster than me
activating combat mode.
while not being that tanky. Accidentally cut off my missiles there. This is not the best play. It's a good shield, reset his stagger bar. I can play that game too by running into the air. The missiles come in from up top. Then we rush in. Miss everything. Run out of energy. Have an awkward close range battle and win it that way.
target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
That's what I don't know if that was well done, but that's what having extra defense in the bank will do. You can spend it on unideal scenarios. One more. Yeah, running out of energy due to sloppy piloting is pretty devastating for me with this setup. Pressure up, he's going to shield it. Pressure off. Clear out the missiles, go aggressive. Take grenade launcher in the face.
AP at 50%.
Lose all semblance of planning. Try to keep pressure up. Get close. Try to keep pressure up.
At 30%.
Enter into an awkward damage race. To try to keep pressure up. Let the dice decide. Technically double KO, but lose anyway. See, that was the cognitive load on 3 different things, just kind of piling up. I burnt out the energy rifle. I burnt out my energy. Then I wasn't managing cycling the missiles well. And I should have sat on them instead of shooting them in a less ideal scenario. What? Also just need a bit longer range FCS.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Definitely see I leverage the aerial power of the Flugel to boost up and back. Which, failure. My bad understanding of physics tells me that I'm moving backwards on 2 trajectories or axes, which is better than just moving back on 1, because I'm going up further and back further, which multiplies or something. It's better at keep away is what I'm trying to say. Let's go look at the FCSs as I transition awkwardly. Yeah, I don't really have one that's necessarily stronger at long range yet. Long range FCSs aren't the best anyway. That one might be. It's a big sacrifice on mid range, but let's try it. What I was going to say is long range FCS really aren't the best anyway, because even if you can lock on from really far away, the bullet trajectory or bullet speed in this game is kind of low to encourage close quarters, so you'll have a lock on, but your shots will still never connect. What this does do, though, is you can set up your lock from further away, move to where your shots will connect, and you don't need to worry about that part of the processing happening. So you can be back, get your lock going, move in, and then already have them on a bead. I think. Anyway.
Arena
Rather than waiting for it to scramble once you're closer up while chasing them with the camera and stuff. That's the theory anyway. Did not take good care of my energy bar.
AP at 50%.
Really pushing this generator hard. I've also got Freddie in an awkward place too.
AP at 30%.
So those grenades really want me on the ground, though the missiles don't really care so much. That was close.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation.
I
Well
really
done.
felt the drop in the mid-range lock-on, but I think I was benefiting from the long-range. So that might be the play for now. Let's go try against other opponents, because I think I've been fighting Ring Freddy for like about an hour. So here's Hawkins. Pretty cool Vesper person if I remember right. I'll let you read that as I deliberate over what build I really want to do in this game. So I really want that fast energy recharge. So if I find a core, I'm really not letting you read it all, am I? If I find a core that can influence the recharge rating, I can get this generator to maybe sub 1 second and have everything I want, which would be amazing. Okay, gonna shut up for about 5 seconds, let you pause and read it. I'm gonna read it too, in my quiet brain. Okie dokie. It's just thinking about his rather interesting logo icon emblem.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program. Number 20. Rank D. Subject AC. Reconfig. Call sign V5 Hawkins. Commencing evaluation.
Main system activating combat mode.
Okie dokie. I have a map that favors me much better here. Don't want to be aggressive though. We'll stick to my usual mid-range. Ouch. Very good at hovering at just the awkward place where I don't want him to be. Missiles need more range. My laser rifle needs closer range. Not close range, just closer. Yeah, should be getting more aggressive. Clear that out, do this.
50%.
Uh-oh, that was close. Take a pot shot. Gotcha. Not the most
Target destroyed.
elegant, but
Concluding evaluation.
kind of
Well
worked.
done.
Now I have the Centaur double person icon. Let's try the physical version. Save this. As Stardust Hybrid. Come over here. See how the mobility works with me. So I think secretly being slower is making the missiles harder to connect. Because if I cover more ground when firing them, they spread out a bit more.
Main system activating
So I
combat
can
mode.
kind of make formations and arrays based off of how you fly, which makes them harder to dodge. This is kind of weird. Reload. Just get right in there, but not so close I get laser bladed. That. Ouch.
AP at 30%.
Reloading. Whoa. Got it. 1 second. Boop. Okay. Sorry for the weird cut. Literally started choking on air. Yeah, breathing is hard. At least for me. So what did we learn from that one? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think what we learned is that something just feels off with the hybrid build. And I'm not sure what. Of course, I don't think the last fight was the hybrid build. Was it? No. I don't like the reload. Let's try something a little odd, but dumb. Sometimes you have to do something a little bit odd and dumb in order to find your destiny. So which one do we sell? I really haven't been using the Scudder. Kind of wish it was kind of in the Rantetsu area, but sacrifice the Ransetsu's ability to ENC my dumb idea now. It's not dumb, really. It's just not my playstyle, typically. Kind of wish the Scudder was longer range and maybe a bit higher rate of fire than the Ransetsu so it could actually keep up with it while giving up its burst ability, which I never really use anyway. So we don't need to go up. More forward. Isn't there a booster for that? Let me think through this and then I'll talk through it. This one, right? Yeah. Going from Alula to the Bruise Row. Quite a bit slower. Longer assault bus thrust at faster rate. The Alula is the play. And then we're still not using energy weapons, so this can switch to Ming Tang. The Ming Tang. FCS should be strong mid-range, decent close range. That would be this one. The missiles, though, going to these for pressure. Maybe try the big ones first. Or will we? Try this. Okay, this is the new thought that we're going to try out. I don't think I'm going to like it, but it's like a palate cleanser that'll be very cool. So the chain gun runs on a heat system similar to the energy weapon, so it never really has to reload per se, just cool down. The snail shell vertical plasma missiles recharge quickly, so they can keep up pressure, and by switching to shooting them, I'll be relieving the chain gun and letting it cool down a bit. And the bazooka is still there for the punish. This is kind of a close mid-range build, where I want to just kind of stay in there and just keep firing. And now we have all three damage types again. I think this will work just because the chain gun itself is extremely powerful as a weapon and can carry a lot of builds, even if they're not that well thought out.
Arena combat.
Main system activating combat mode.
Why not? Let's try it out. Overheated it a little bit too quick. Plasma cannons can keep going. Plasma missiles, I mean.
AP at 50%.
No, it really needs a second gun. Fun though.
AP at 30%.
Got lucky with that. I think raw damage might carry me here.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Good palate cleanser. So with the chain gun, you want multiple weapons because I think you do want to burn it out rather than try and pace it out. Okay, back to design. Let's load the hybrid, because I really do like the heat system. And then let's compare this to, which FCS am I using? The Talbot. How far is long range assist? There's a button for that. I know there's a button for that. There it is. Beyond 260? Let's go into AC test. I know there's a button for that. Here. Let's see where 260 is. AI off, so you stand still. $260. Yeah, I think I'm usually around here. So 260 true mid-range is around here, where I consider that close range. So I definitely need a long range FCS, one around 400. Yeah, so I do kind of between these two. Good to know. So mid-range is top priority. No, long range is top priority, supplemented by mid-range, because that's my close range fighting style. And I'm almost never close range. So Talbot is good for me for now. And it might just be that the parts I want just aren't here yet to make what I'm really going for. So this one might be my best bet. Or I can go all in on the heavier one and get an even heavier generator that actually makes the laser rifle hurt even more. This one. Big drop. Well, not that big of a drop in speed. Enough to say that I'm quite slow. But that's an 8%, if you can see the firearm spec. Multiplier on the damage of my main gun. Is there an off gun? Off gun. Left hand, longer recharge, energy weapon I could use. They exist, but they're not here yet. What about this one? Looking for... It's actually very rapid fire. It's not necessarily what I need. Why not? Thinking real hard for no reason. Let's go test this one. Lots of energy damage, lots of explosive, no kinetic. Some might say that's a bold choice.
Main system activating combat mode.
Definitely feels sluggish.
AP at 50%.
It's a big punish. Getting ideas. I use this as the offhand. It doesn't stop me like the bazooka does. So I can shoot it on the fly. It's just very slow moving. That might be fine if they're staggered anyway. So what if, what if, what if? Go back to this. Or even the hybrid. Now while I'm reloading, I can shoot something on the fly, so... I need to go sell that chain gun. Do the Curtis. "100% means I won't be losing anything on energy weapons. So I can use this as an energy bazooka. Much less damage, but much lighter. I'm going to get even faster. And now we have all 3 damage types. You guessed it. We're going to try against Hawkins, then we're going to go back to Freddie.
Arena combat.
Main system. Activating combat mode.
We can just get comboed by Sword Spider. It's always an option. Not the best punish damage, though. So I don't necessarily need to save it for that. I just need to just keep throwing everything all the time.
AP at 30%.
Target
Maybe.
destroyed.
Let's try it against Ring
Including
Freddy.
evaluation. Well done.
More sustained, less dramatic burst punish. To be honest, I haven't been pulling off the staggers that much. So that's a thought. Maybe the sustained will be the play.
Arena.
Main system.
And let the
activating
staggers
combat
come as they come. It'll be a multiplier on all my guns as I just keep firing them and moving. Ouch.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Ouch, that's unfortunate. Spam everything. Worked out.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Tough choice, kind of scrappy build, I think. I kind of miss the dedicated punish button. I also think we're doing good things. Let's go clear out our shop a bit. That's not there. That was fun, though. Those stay. Let's go look at our melee weapons. Starting to think about that now. This might be a choice. But I think I've been liking the gunplay more. The theme of dedicated punish means this actually has better melee thrust. That's interesting. Got quiet because the thought just completely evaded me. .80 more energy capacity. Keep my speed versus 0.71, even more aggressive with the energy. More capacity and supply. Take a speed hit. I really like to push the energy to its max. I don't actually know what I'm making anymore. Getting close to the critical point where I loop back to what I originally started. I don't think the pile bunker has a rush down. Get the laser blade. Let's try it. With a melee weapon, it has two options. If they come out into your face horizontally, you can punish it. And if you get a stagger, you can come in and punish it.
Arena combat aptitude.
Not the best for verticality,
Main
though.
system activating combat mode.
That was almost cool. I think I'm a little bit too slow for it. Gotcha. That's what happens when you have a close range punish against a hover middle range like me. Just because that was a hard counter doesn't necessarily mean it's the solution. It is a thought, though. Let's try this one. What I do like about the laser blade, though, is it gets you back to the classic armored core setup.
Arena.
Your blade, your
Main
main
system
gun, and
activating
then
combat mode.
two legs usually use missiles, unless you're doing human plus. God, I was using a different kind of laser rifle.
AP at 30%.
That I don't think I care for as much. Very cool. I need the forward thrust to connect. Ouch. So laser blade isn't for me. Look at him slowly roll up to taunt me. Classic pulse blade, though, I think is doing work. But Snacksy yearns for the bazooka.
Main system activating combat mode.
They both have that stylish move in to punish thing that I like. Kind of kept up with that trade.
AP at 30%.
But not that one. So that's what happens when I try and force the melee when I'm actually slower. Leaves me open, understandably.
Main system
Which means I really need to be more choosy with it. Just like the bazooka. Mostly wait for the punish. But if he really gets into my face like that, I'll try and go for it. Weird to think of a sword as a keep away weapon. It seems to work against Freddie at least. It's like, okay, if you're gonna be weird about it, then I'll eat both your grenades, just to be nice.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Let's try it against Hawkins now. I am liking this generator much better. I am using the fast one, right? The Ming Tang? Yeah. Which leaves me with some tough choices. Gonna cough real quick. That's better.
Arena combat aptitude evaluation.
Main system.
Okay, Bobby. Kind of just taking chunks out of each other. I think he's a little bit better at it.
AP at 30%.
Laser blade might be the better keep away weapon. I was just getting clocked. Once again, we see me trying to force the melee on a build that probably shouldn't be doing that.
Main system activating combat mode.
My opportunities were not so opportunistic. a cinematic. Ouch.
AP at 50%.
Big punish. Didn't finish it though.
Target destroyed.
Uh-oh. Do you know what time it is?
Well done.
Might be time for the snacksy loop, where I trade out the laser blade for the bazooka, and we're exactly kind of where we started off. Even thinking about the Rontetsu now. But I shouldn't. Let me compare the Curtis to the rifle that I wish was kind of a more customized for me Curtis. Direct hit doesn't matter too much. Less impact and a cumulative impact. That's what hurts me. It shoots faster, has more rounds, which is good in the magazine, but actually reloads slower. Be good for like a dual rifle build. Ay, ay, ay. Thinking. Let me just stretch my legs here for a second. But I want to come back to a plan. That plan is probably what I originally had. For now, there's many more parts to unlock. Tang. I think that needs to change is the Talbot for long range. Probably. Still using the Flugel. Yeah, okay. Let's save this build. Move things maybe like an atom to the left, BRB, and then move on with the arena. Probably clean it out. Okay, gonna go get something to drink. BRB. Boop. Boop. And I'm back. You know, so I was just thinking about, on my break, how much of a disaster the timestamps are going to be for this episode. I think what I might do is just label when I clear one of the arena people, because I've been bouncing around so much between them that just trying stuff out. But there's no real like clear sequence or progression really. Speaking of, I'm going to take what I had and run through all of D again and just get situated with it.
Arena combat aptitude of...
The dream is still to find a new core that brings the well-rounded, energy-enabled generator into sub 1 second. So we can use maybe that plasma rifle offhand idea. So I can keep shooting while I reload, but also have a kind of slow cooldown punish weapon at the same time. Smooth, okay. Sometimes we have to accept weaknesses as weaknesses.
Well done.
And that's where the pilot comes in. One down. Maybe we just timestamp it here. Will be one timestamp called Snacksy Figures It Out. Ring Freddie. You know, I might actually do that. One timestamp is I don't know. The second timestamp is... No, Snacksy figures it out. Then Snacksy figured it out. That'll be it. Because honest to goodness, this doesn't feel perfect.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program.
But it does feel
Activating combat mode.
the closest to perfect I've had so far. Lost my lock on there, so my missiles just went everywhere. Ooh. No.
50%.
Still not ideal,
Target
but not
destroyed.
bad.
Concluding evaluation. Well
That's a
done.
good lead for... I kind of consider my kryptonite at the moment. Okay, Hawkins. I really shouldn't be that bad against Hawkins. He's kind of slow and just likes to hover, which should be easy targets for my pot shot, Curtis, and missiles.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program.
And yet, he kind of
Main system
bullies me out.
activating combat mode.
That's probably a pilot issue. Or potentially a booster issue. Fair, he is a heavyweight AC, so he's doing what he should be doing. I'm just not doing what I should be doing. But my patience paid on. We got a good punish.
AP at 50%.
Good.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
So with that one, I may have been in the air too much, which was hurting my recharge. Because if I just touch the ground, it'll shoot pretty much to max instantly. So much like the bazooka and missiles discipline, when to go vertical and when to touch the ground to recharge will also be something to consider. The Alula will remove that decision point, which is tempting. That'll sacrifice a lot of verticality. That is a big speed difference, though. I'm tempted, but let's try fighting Iguazu first. Really tempted. So as we know, Iguazu is a major player in the Armored Core story. So I'll let you go ahead and read his profile while I agonize over booster choices. Okie dokie. It's a pretty good pilot, with a bad habit, kind of running his mouth and not just focusing on what makes him good. Good lesson for all of us.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 19, rank D. Subject AC, Headbringer. Call sign, Gun 5, Iguazu. Commencing evaluation.
It's running the Melander 3, which is kind of a lighter version of mine. Kind of more well-rounded. While sacrificing some defense for everything else. So he's quite quick, and he has the shield to make up for it. I don't like it over here, so I'm going to reset a bit. I'm allowed to do that. Shields continue to be a pain. But kind of winning the pot shot competition, or I think I am. Not the most exciting match. Gotta do what works.
AP at 50%.
I also feel like Iguazu's parts got buffed since I last played on a patch or something.
50%.
It's a noticeable glow up. I also feel like our missiles aren't quite what I remember them to be.
At 30%.
So by FCS, I'm in the 300s. It's 260. It's the mid-range, wasn't it?
Right shoulder ammunition at 30%.
FCS is kind of struggling. See, it's not keeping up. It's kind of a very tense, slow battle.
Concluding evaluation. Well done.
As I powered through a failed state, or fail state. So 260. Okay, that's Iguazu. Good mobile AC. Probably should have been running me down though, to make better use of that machine gun he has. Let's look at the ranges again. Yeah, I was always at long range. It wasn't the FCS. I don't think. You try a rematch. So much for Snacksy figured it out. Where I'm more aggressive. Really going to keep an eye on that range indicator. Thinking about those vertical plasma missiles
Arena
again now.
combat aptitude evaluation.
Main system activating combat mode.
So these are not connecting as well as I feel they should be. I'm not sure why. How am I not hitting you? There we go. Big difference there. Leverage my defense to just hold the missiles in his face. It's a G6 trick. Red would just run me down shooting. What are the range of handguns like, speaking of Red? Probably not very good, one would imagine. Yeah, that would be a very close range strategy. One I probably don't want to do. Anyway. There's likely much more testing about to happen here. Let's see. Maybe it'll be Snacksy figured it out. Broken into 3 parts because I figured it out multiple times. Because that booster's still sitting in the back of my mind too.
Arena.
Main system activating combat mode.
Come on, FCS, keep up with him. Gotcha. That might be the play.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation.
It gives me
Well
2
done.
pressure weapons, and though the reload doesn't feel that great, missiles at least come back fast enough that the bar's not going to suffer too much. Which has me thinking of that other rifle now. But it'll be too slow. Let's do the D run. As in Arena D.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program.
Main system activating combat mode.
Now we're in mid-range. This is long range. I'm not actually doing any damage because of the shield. Gotcha. Now we're in mid. That's close range. This is mid-range. I really don't like to be. This is long range. Kind of do like to be, but I'm not that effective.
AP at 50%.
Target destroyed.
So yeah, I need a stronger long
Evaluation.
range
Well done.
with good mid-range support. This is the build though for now. Snacksy figured it out in the city, third movie of the trilogy. So it's Wu Huahai. Here's Ring Freddie.
Arena combat.
Main system activating combat mode.
Yeah, those plasma missiles are monstrous.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation.
I'm pretty sure they got
Well done.
nerfed a lot. They were stronger on launch, I remember. Of course, you're probably not supposed to have such deep deliberation on strategy against D-rank opponents, but... well, I guess I earn every rank. I also kind of play this game wrong. You're really supposed to be highly aggressive. Get in there and kitty claws out, really tear into things. Short and violent battles. I kind of play in a older philosophy, where you dodge their shots and you hit yours.
AP at 50%.
Until they kind of peter out before you do. Like an endurance race almost.
AP at 30%.
Ouch. Got way too close though. Went into the wrong kind of flow state. So if I was going to be doing that, should have been using the handgun for the staggers.
Main system activating combat mode.
mid-range, long range, mid-range. He's advancing. Ooh, that was close. Very long range. Mid-range. Mid-range, long range. Gotcha. Good.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation.
Hopefully you didn't
Well
hear me
done.
sniffle. Take a little sip of something. Excuse me. So, not the most visually exciting, but I'd say that was some pretty smooth piloting on my part. Stayed in my near ideal range. Just kind of hammered away. Thinking about that other rifle, which we're going to test against Iguazu. Will not have that firing speed I want. There's also another rifle, which is considered terrible. It shoots in 3-round bursts. But even lower effective range. And ideal range. This one has pretty close to both. Let's try this against Iguazu. I already beat him with the other setup, so I can compare it. It should be faster now, if we remember my Rantetsu breakdown, where speed can mean that you have more time to pelt with the heavy
Arena
shots.
combat
Main system activating combat mode.
We'll see how that works out. There's that faster reload. I don't know, that feels pretty good. I don't know if any of my shots are actually connecting or if he's just losing to the plasma missiles. Maybe my shots don't need to
Target
connect.
destroyed.
And
Concluding
the rifle's
evaluation.
actually for
Well done.
pressure and slower targets, while the missiles are for faster targets and pressure. Maybe. Let's keep moving. So, Rokumonsen is a monster in one of the campaign missions, but I don't think his AI is quite the same over here. He's got a lot of tricks, though. I'll let you read this while I think about my life. So yeah, basically you're Ninja Robot. Ninja AC pilot, Schwarzbrüder. Thinking about this booster right now a lot. It'll have flexibility in live missions because I don't think I'll have the, well, I might have infinite flight with this one. Let's try the Flugel first. Almost on Snacksy figured it out. Episode
Arena
4.
Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 18, rank D, final evaluation. Subject AC, Shinobi, call sign, Rokumonsen. Commencing evaluation.
Main system activating combat mode.
It's a very tricky slow missile that you don't want to forget about. He likes to lure you in at close range and hit you with an electro whip, which then has a shotgun to punish, like so, which makes you forget about the slow missile, which means they can all just kind of pile up on you.
AP at 50%.
Ouch. There it is.
AP at 30%.
Oh, you jerk. I think I'm hitting any of my rifle shots.
Target destroyed. This concludes D rank evaluation. Well done.
Am I just winning with the plasma missiles? Is the rifle never connecting?
Incoming comms.
Congratulations, you have surpassed rank D. We hope that our aid has helped push you to achieve greater things. All Might exists for all mercenaries.
Have I really surpassed rank D though? Really, really? I'm gonna try fighting with just my rifle. Bazooka, of course, if I get the stagger. And I'm really gonna look and see if I'm connecting rifle shots or not. So if I'm not, that's just a dead slot.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number 8.
Main system activating combat mode.
And then he gives me the easiest shots in the world. Just to trick me. I'm missing a very good number of them. Unless he decides to just slowly fly towards me to make it easy. For no reason. My own acrobatics are making me miss.
Target destroyed. This concludes D rank evaluation. Well done.
Who knows, but that tells me I need a greater volume of fire. Honestly, I probably need closer range weapons, but... But what? This is the intermission. This would be the place to try that out. Right? What if? So what would we use then? There's this. It's a classic rifle. Slower one might not be as good. I like the idea of burst fire. I don't know why. Bazooka stays, or it could become a grenade launcher. There's a light one, a heavy one. Both have pretty high direct hit adjustment, so it makes me much faster. Whole new world. Let's go for the strong mid-range, decent close range. Let's go with this pistol. Maybe this grenade launcher. Faster booster. Kind of an interesting look. Where do you want to be? You want to be like right in their face, up to just the edge of when mid-range starts. Which might actually mean the Abbot. Close range specialist. FCS. Gonna cough real quick while this loads. That's better. Much like the chain gun, this is probably a palate cleanser. Not really for me. I'm really excited about the low-tier burst rifle. I don't know why I like low-tier
Arena
weapons.
Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program, number
Maybe because I'm
19.
a shameless hipster.
Main system activating
Let's try it
combat
out.
mode.
Definitely not as exciting as the javelin punish. Of course, I can definitely just bring the javelin. I'm missing all my pistol shots too.
Target destroyed.
Definitely not a
Including
single
evaluation.
weapon
Well done.
workhorse. Though Red pulled it off, and I guess I did too. Didn't feel smooth though. Curtis just staring at me from the corner. Like, no, I'm the play. This is the one that shoots in threes. It also reloads pretty quickly. Not as fast as the Ransetsu, which I can't connect with. Still pretty fast. Going back to the javelin. Or we can try this grenade launcher. Technically lighter, that's surprising. It's a little wonky. Okay, where do you want to be? 165 is so right into mid-range with an effective of 303. Means a little bit closer than I'm used to, but the Talbot or honestly this one might be the play. Strongest mid-range. Mid into long is just a really weird ratio though. It feels like it pops very quickly, unlike close and mid. World's longest intermission. But we're just having fun testing stuff.
Arena combat aptitude evaluation.
Main system activating combat mode.
I know the plasma missiles are probably a lock forever. Pretty funny. Doesn't hit as hard as the javelin though. It just moves a little bit slower. Does AoE though. So I could do stuff like this. I might try and make this rifle work.
Target destroyed. Concluding
I
evaluation.
don't think it was actually
Well
doing
done.
that well. But I think if even one of the bullets hits, it maintains the stagger. Well, it maintains the stagger by whatever the stagger points are. Spoiler alert though, it's probably going to be the Curtis. Let's put my green goblin mask away, the Ransetsu. Pistol is not working. Honestly, not that impressed with the grenade launchers. I should probably keep one of them. Also should probably end the episode, to be honest, but I don't know. It's not like anyone has to watch this. So I could just keep going. I don't think that long range is actually doing me favors, but the increased close range might be good. Let's try.
Arena com.
Main system. Activating combat mode.
Well, maybe this FCS was the problem. Feels like it's struggling to track in mid-range. Iguazu is fast, but
AP at 50%.
much like Elden Ring, it's pretty graceless
Target
there.
destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
This rifle might only feel good, might not actually do anything. A placebo gun. I think my FCS was also just struggling. Once more. I'm starting to wonder whether any of my main hand weapons have really been doing anything,
Arena combat aptitude
or if I've just been
evaluation.
getting carried by my
Main
missiles.
system. Activating combat mode.
And the punish, of course, the javelin. At least against like ACs. Of course, in regular PvE, the main gun's doing a lot. That's much better tracking. Mid-range. It's probably because of his shield. I feel like these bullets, even when they connect, are not staggering that much. So shield's definitely up. Gotcha. Did a lucky tree block that, really? Yeah, you can see the shield there. Awkward double reload. Gotcha.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation.
Curtis staring at me from
Well
the
done.
corner. Also using the faster lateral boosters. has a similar concept, better ideal range and effective range. Lighter with more total rounds, slightly longer reload. Why not? It's the base rifle for a reason. Maybe by sustaining instead of putting it into a 3-round burst, more shots will connect between dodges and stuff. Or maybe I'm just a terrible shot.
Arena.
Main system activating combat mode.
This little rifle seems to be doing pretty good. I don't know if it's as good as the Curtis. It does feel comfortable to hold down instead of doing single taps all the time.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Now let's try the Scudder. Let's go on to 4 hours and never make progress in this game. If you never make progress and you're having fun, that means the game never has to end. Higher single shot damage, impact, cumulative impact, bit better range, ideal range. Recoil doesn't matter because I'm shooting one gun, not too quickly. Everything else is lower though. See, that's what I mean. This should have, I think, quite a bit more damage, ideal or effective range or something. Kind of put it between the Ransetsu and the base rifle. Maybe 35 damage is a lot. I feel like it isn't, but this one does double. More than double. Yeah, I don't know what I'm missing with the Scudder. Let's find out. Maybe there's something in the stats that I'm not being told. Doubt it. I think the Curtis might just be a little bit too good. It's like the true baseline rifle. I don't know if y'all can hear, but I'm starting to get a little bit more
Arena
congested.
combat aptitude.
Main system activating combat mode.
Don't know why that happens to me. It's just when I talk, I get congested. Did I switch the rifle? No, I'm a dummy. Just gonna say, it's firing really fast. Snaxy's starting to lose the plot. Scudder. Low confidence that this is the play, but I still want to try it because I have this dream of this rifle that's not actually in the game. That is the Curtis without the charge attack that I never use, where I get rewarded with something else.
Arena.
Good news is, though, we're now back to covering all damage types. Honestly, did I switch it? Yeah. Doesn't feel that much slower, to be honest. Reload is more noticeable now. Also not a bad showing.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
So what have we learned? The burst rifle's burst is not actually that helpful because it creates gaps, and the burst fire can be dodged with one quick boost. So while it feels awesome, it's maybe not so awesome. Which I think matches with what a lot of people have said, because I don't think anyone really uses this gun online or anything. So we've got the Curtis, which we know works. Even Punish is harder and reloads faster. See, instead of getting rewarded for not using the charge attack, it's almost like you get punished for not using it because this is just a kind of all-around better weapon. It is much heavier and eats more energy, though. That is true. But for better direct hit adjustment, better ideal range and effective range, reloading faster, barely impacting movement speed and anything else, eating a lot of energy, but if that was the case, you could just use this one. We only lose 2 ideal range and very little effective range. So yeah, I think something went wrong with the Scudder, or it has something secret I'm not too sure about. Really thinking about timestamps, but I kind of want to keep practicing, and it's already running, so I might as well just keep running it. So yeah, this one's really a sunk cost fallacy of really how much you want to see me think about nothing. But I'm going to pause it here for a second, get a drink, and then run through D rank again. Okie dokie, BRB. Boop. Boop. Okay, we're back. Which means we know what time it is. It's time to run through D rank again. This time I'm going to use a baseline rifle, which I think is called the Turner. It'll probably be between that and the Curtis.
Arena combat aptitude evaluation.
Got
System
pretty
activating
much
combat
all
mode.
the rifles memorized at this point. I swap between them so often. Thank you. Those shields really are a pain, though. The theme of D rank is everyone seems to have a shield. missiles are kind of hard to see. Gotcha.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Sorry for any potential weird faces. Had to cough. Laughing because, comfort-wise, Turner's feeling much better because I don't have to click, 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 click each individual shot. I can hold it down and release it. But if I wanted the middle point between that and the Curtis, it would probably be the Scudder, which is like worse than both. So what am I supposed to do? Probably stick with the Turner is the answer. So that reload will annoy me. I'm already a little bit annoyed by the Turner reload, but it's very small. It's actually faster than the Curtis's, I think. No, it's the same. And the Curtis has more stacker. Oh, jeez. It's the cost of wanting perfection when there's supposed to be trade-offs.
Arena combat.
Main system activating combat mode.
Got some independent time. I might look up really what's up with the Scudder. Because I think design-wise, it's really supposed to be the one for me. That's just not quite there balance-wise. Ouch.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Ow, I fell right into that.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation.
I mean, it was
Well
still a
done.
good trade. It was kind of risky one. That was on accident. Is there something else I want to test now? This is me being probably my most insufferable. But does this have the permaflight capabilities of the Flugel? It might, because I traded out the Curtis for something that drains a lot less. Very close, but no. At least when I full boost it. If I let it recover, I can actually net gain height. No, only the Flugel's gonna let me do that. Because, look. There's a big casual speed drop, though. Maybe infinite flight was actually just something I dreamed of. I'm not actually capable of. Let's see what the burnout is capable of doing. No, see, I think the burnout will actually... Yeah, not the best for live combat, but you can technically fly forever. Which is a big mobility utility. This would have been super helpful against the smart cleaner. You can just stay up here and shoot. But I guess if you look down, you might fall faster. I'm not even sure what I'm testing anymore. Looking down, I think you're technically angling your thrusters down a little bit, so it's more of an accidental thing, but it'll make you boost down. Maybe I'm full of it. Is that actually worth this much speed? The answer is probably not. You can feel the difference in upward mobility though, upward thrust. Though the same can be said for moving sideways with these. If you do the hop trick, use the AC's legs. It's not as noticeable of a drop. Quick boost does not feel as good. Let's see if there's a big difference. There's a huge difference in the quick boost speed. Which really helps dodging stuff. That's kind of what this booster sacrifices. So this is like the well-rounded booster. How does it compare to the Alula? Even the Flugel's faster, but it has kind of a quick boost speed in the middle. This one consumes even less energy going up, but slower, moving to the side, but has better quick boost. Can also maintain the infinite flight, just with less thrust. This one has more lateral speed. upward speed, more upward consumption, but that doesn't matter because the thrust makes up for it. Not as good of a quick boost. And it drains more too. But you can do it more often. I really don't know what to think anymore. There's too many booster options. Answer's probably it's better to go fast. It's just a very good ground type booster. You can incorporate hops. Maybe I shouldn't be in the air anyway. Where were we? I guess we were at the start. I don't think I actually changed anything.
Main system activating combat mode.
We're gonna get this to feel super natural for me to pilot. That way, in the real episodes, I can do all this cool stuff. Wow, Staxy's an amazing pilot. Who doesn't get stopped by shields. Yeah, I'll catch your animation lock with my animation lock. I've been fighting all you D rankers for way too long. It doesn't matter anymore. Gone crazy. But that's kind of what I was talking about maybe like 2 hours ago with aggression. At a more aggressive build, it'd probably be over in like 3 seconds. I'm not really good at all that aggressive juggling. It's one. It's my nemesis. Not so much with the pressure from the Turner, though. It's got that fire rate, so if they're really sitting in your face eating it, you can really keep it up for a while. Because it has a larger magazine, too, before it has to reload. So with the Curtis, I might have gotten a little bit worried at the closer range. Turner can kind of keep up with it, maybe even benefit. Vertical plasma missiles really don't care where you are, it's just about where you can dodge. Aggression.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
If there were a machine gun that could kind of reach this range, which would completely destroy the point of rifles, that might be even better. Burst machine gun following into my old traps. .236, 249. It's like the true mid close range. True close range. Yeah, makes sense. 130, 226, 236, 249. Closest thing would be this one. Let's try it out. There's like no way though.
Arena.
Main system. Activating combat mode.
Reload's kind of fast, but I can really feel myself going through the magazines. Whoa.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
That plus the Turner, I feel, might be like a really strong combo. Okay, where were we? Hawkins.
Arena.
Main system. Activating combat mode.
Nope. Dodging into some of those.
AP at 50%.
Need to get a little bit further away. I've maintained that. And now I'm starting to ping the rifle. Also leverage mobility.
At 30%.
Not that well. That's very close. It's really good turning
Concluding evaluation.
and
Well
much
done.
more damage than my Curtis, because there's a lot of energy weapons in that kind of mid-range. I couldn't leverage the mid-long as well. This is high defense. It's kind of causing me to ping off him a bit. Let's try this again.
Arena.
I mean, I did win
Activating combat mode.
without much difficulty. I feel like I could have done much better, and I want to figure out how I could do that. The answers don't get hit. The answer to that is probably based off of getting the right range. Ouch. It's a pretty smooth dodge if I say so myself. That one not so much. Now I'm just eating every shot. Whoa. Is the answer just to play keep away and wait for the missiles to do it? Feeling my rifle shots ricocheted, or hearing them isn't the best feeling.
At 30%.
I
Target
mean,
destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well
it's
done.
also a kind of smooth victory, but also a kind of weird one. So nothing really worked that well. Just kind of eventually won. Maybe Hawkins is just really good though. Thinking about that, Curtis.
Arena combat.
Main system. Activating combat mode.
Wow, so close. He's really weak against those
Target destroyed.
plasma
Concluding
missiles.
evaluation. Well done.
One more to go. I'll probably stick with this until I have another existential crisis and go back to the Curtis. We're losing some longer range pressure and trading it for some closer range suppressive fire.
Arena combat aptitude evaluation program. Number 18. Rank D. Fine.
And the ability to connect more shots at the cost of damage. Be particularly good against Roku here, who just likes to fly at your face. There's that slow missile. Oh. Yeah, making them
Target destroyed.
decide to take more
This concludes
Turner
D-rank
shots
evaluation. Well done.
does have its benefits when they get close. Not the most threatening weapon, but it's an idea. Okay. Now let's do it with the Curtis. You see, I'm starting to loop because there's really not a good place to end this episode anymore. It's just gonna peter out no matter what I do. And I'm having fun now.
Main system activating combat mode.
Just getting a feel for the movement of the AC. So it feels really nice.
AP at 50%.
I say that and then I do a terrible job of dodging.
AP at 30%.
Uh-oh. Gotcha. That was close.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
I think I ate like every spread missile though. I don't even know why. This probably will be the last D-rank run though. See what I did wrong here.
Arena combat.
At least on camera, stream, video, recording, what have you. Ouch.
50%.
I didn't sure it hit me.
AP at 30%.
That one I know it hit me. If it stayed in the air, he might have won.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
But I'll take it. Next. To my great surprise, I think I really am starting to vibe with the Turner rifle. Which might be good, because I'm actually using the whole package instead of having a charge shot I never use. You, we stay close once your grenade launchers are spent, which they're not. There we go. Let's reload. Almost dodged into those. Gotcha.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Gonna pause it really quick to cough, like real pause, and mute. 1 second. BRB. No, we weren't, because I was muted. I'm glad I caught that. Anyway, I was taking my short little break to come back to life. I'm now back to life. I think I am. Am I lined up right? Yeah, we have. Spent a lot of time having fun, not making it anywhere. I think I've decided that I do like the Turner better. I had a potentially cursed idea of why would I do this? Who knows? Let's just see. Never going to escape.
Arena combat apt.
Main system activating combat mode.
See, those really aren't connecting. Don't know what I'm doing wrong, if anything. He's not the most mobile guy. That time they connected. He was using the shield, but doesn't matter, because he was kind of punching through.
AP at 50%.
Not bad. It's probably someone who has a lot of explosive defense.
Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Expect him to be weaker to energy weapons. The thought process was, since the rifle was doing such good suppressive fire, but was kind of struggling at slightly awkward long range that I like to sit in, that the Vesper person, Hawkins,
Arena combat aptitude.
was kind of pressuring.
Main system
Thought
activating
maybe having a
combat
very
mode.
strong attack from these missiles at that longer range would make up for it more. Of course, I've now lost the tri damage types. Now Freddie can't really push into me as well anymore. doesn't matter too much if he dodges the missiles. If he comes into the Turner range, because he's so squishy.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Honestly, either will probably work fantastically. But Hawkins will really be the test for this setup. Unless they're in the air, the vertical plasma missiles, even if they are in the air, they're pretty reliable.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program.
They go from hyper amazing to
Main
just
system
amazing.
Activating combat mode.
But it is a good counter against them. What I'm trying to say is, these might perform slightly better against air targets, but not that much. These do have more threat and burst potential though. Even if they are less accurate. Got a lucky shot with a bazooka. He does like to just sit still sometimes. Which is weird on a quadruped that can shoot big cannons while moving. Definitely smoother, though not smooth. Well, I barely took any damage.
Concluding evaluation. Well done.
It's not like the missiles were just hyper-connecting or anything. I guess enough we're hitting. This has told me, at least for today night, that I do like the Turner.
Arena.
Main system activating combat mode.
You might be thinking, well, Snacksy, why not just mix up your missiles? That's because I don't want the cognitive load of lining that up. If I find some complementary ones that I can push at the same time, so I just hit both buttons, then I will. Now I'm missing every single shot at this range. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm feeling the vertical missiles more. Though I'm pretty sure I'm performing better with these. See, that's what happens when you fail to dodge the barrage.
Target destroyed.
I feel like they've been less accurate
Concluding evaluation.
compared to how I
Well
remember
done.
them. You don't dodge them all, though. They will stagger and then continue to hit you with the rest of the volley. Gotta be kind of cheeky idea. Have I unlocked them yet? These are like swarm missiles with much faster reload. Vertical missiles don't work, it's these. Super guidance, long lock-on missiles. I'll also try these if I can afford them both. The long lock-on missiles you really need a strong FCS for them. Let's look at that homing. Or where's that? Yeah, homing lock time 1.7 seconds. Need something that at least doesn't make it worse. It probably makes it much better. These are already at 105. It already makes missile locks a little bit better, but not compared to 128. I don't want to sacrifice my gun handling either, which means this one's probably the best bet. Also means just getting used to the quirks of the missile itself. It's always going to be a long lock-on missile, no matter what you do. You can just make it a little bit faster, but you're not going to change its whole character. This could do very, very funny things. If I can effectively lock on. So do that. Just kind of wait for them to. That's not that long. Maybe they got buffed. And then you just throw them up. Oh, they're homing closer ranges. It's actually kind of bad. That time they looped back around. Really want to use it from long range. Which I mean, long range missile, medium range Curtis might be a plan. It's just, I don't think they'll ever be both working at the same time, like some of the other missiles I've been using. Welcome to missile shopping.
Main system activating combat mode.
The missile episode. These should be a very easy target for these. Should being the operable word, because I'm missing. Yeah, he has very high explosive defense. Feels like the longer they fly, the more accurate they become.
AP at 50%.
This range is not really worth firing the Curtis. Now it is. Not too shabby against.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well
Someone
done.
with probably extremely high explosive defense. Probably not the most practical of plays, though, for me. Might go better with the Curtis, because you can keep firing the Curtis. Probably from kind of a similar range. But I don't think I want to go back to the Curtis, at least not right now. I don't expect these to be able to catch Freddie.
Arena combat.
They might loop back
Main
around.
system activating combat mode.
If he decides to pause or something. See, I don't even know where those missiles are going. Ouchies. Ouchies. Be devastating if they connect.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
I feel like they're not even trying to track him. Those are putting in some effort. Sorry for the excited voice. I was impressed. Hot shot. Playing around a little too much, but I'm slowly reeling to me. Let's try the other missiles now. Heavier, that's surprising. Definitely don't want to use two of these. Probably want to mix them up a bit. For these, I don't think their split trajectory is actually
Main system
something to care
activating
about
combat
so
mode.
much as they just happen to shoot a lot of missiles well. And it's a quirk. Pretty impressed though, I think. Definitely also a longer range missile because they don't shoot directly forward into somebody if they're in your face. Oh, those did pretty well. Definitely a dead zone though.
AP at 50%.
Another one where you might want to mix them up or have some strong shotguns or something for close range.
AP at 30%.
And then use those for long range pressure. Yeah, not for me. Behind the back up. So what was I even doing before? I think I was doing these. Completely lost the plot. Probably because, in truth, the plasma missiles are the play. With the Turner rifle and the Javelin bazooka for
Main
the
system
punish.
activating combat mode.
I was messing around before, but now I'm like super messing around. Oh no, I shot without a lock. That was a good one.
AP at 50%.
Scary. That time he just kind of failed to dodge.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Well, I remember liking these missiles for a reason. I just think before I started this kind of journal playthrough, let's play, it used to be stronger. Like as if their homing got a little bit worse. Didn't I already fight Hawkins? Well, of course I already fought Hawkins. I meant like recently? Well, more than recently. Like on this run that I interrupted? Not muted, am I? At the point where practice is actually making me worse. Might be like a theory of practice capacity, where you can only practice so much. There's diminishing returns, and you just get kind of silly. So I say that I actually start doing pretty good. I'm letting him get too close. What was that first wave of like 4 missiles doing? I like went behind him for no reason. I feel like the tracking on these got really bad.
50%.
Devastating if they stand still, but I mean, you could say that about a lot of things.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
But it does make a pretty smooth fight against this person because he will sometimes just hang back at a range where you can dodge all his shots and just keep trying the missile swarm until it works. Probably be really weak against those split missiles. The ones that were not doing so well against Ring Freddie because he just drive forward.
Arena combat app.
Main system activating combat mode.
I just need to not strafe when I shoot the missiles, though that itself would be make them a really bad choice for me. Try a different shot pattern where I fly straight up while I shoot them. Yeah, it's gonna be the plasma missiles. Until I find some new missile types. There's something about their tracking.
50%.
It feels off. Do something like this maybe where you just fly straight back. Yes, Iguazu is mobile, but notice that with a
AP
lot of
at
characters I've been
30%.
fighting. That was almost just purely the Turner doing its job, because I never even got to shoot the
Target
javelin.
destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
Well, we know what it's going to be for at least a little while. One possible thing I can do, no, because I was going to say the Moonlight can also function as a ranged punish similar to the bazooka. But I believe it was updated to use energy firearm specialization, which means I'd have to change my generator anyway. Unlike the other regular laser blades that have their own internal batteries so they don't scale with the generator. Which can make them work very well with these fast recharge generators.
Arena combat aptitude.
Main system activating
It's technically a
combat
good
mode.
thing because that makes the Moonlight scale even harder, but it wouldn't do what I needed to. I'm gonna be silly. I'm gonna take the risky shot and shoot the bazooka straight in front of me. It's not its intended use, but why not? Oh, that was surprising. Got it before the shield.
Target destroyed. This concludes D rank evaluation.
This is me flying out of
Well
this video into a whole new world. Okay, so what have we learned? We have learned that, this is probably practice for the next video, so I'm going to have to sum up everything I did, because this was an intermission, very skippable, and we can see why. Focus, Snaxy. So what did we learn? We learned that these are extremely powerful missiles, but their guidance has not been the most effective, which is very funny because they actually have better guidance than the plasma missiles, at least stat-wise. The vertical plasma missiles always seem to connect. So we've switched off of those for consistency's sake into these, which are also lighter and drain a bit less energy. Those have been offering consistent pressure, much like they did in Chapter 1, so we're back to them. Which helps round out the Turner, which we've switched to from the Curtis. The Curtis is still kind of in play. The Turner has been more reliable at closer ranges when things rush me down, while sacrificing some slight longer range, but not really enough to be too noticeable, and where the missiles are already doing work anyway. Javelin Punish remains until I find something I like better, though that might be tough because the Javelin Punish does a lot of direct hit adjustment. 220% is a lot on an already strong weapon. We've also learned that the Lula booster just feels good. If you can find a generator to support it and its heavy drains, it feels like well-rounded plus. It's just kind of good at everything. It's just expensive. I still like the Flugel, but the Lula is allowing me to dodge a lot of stuff. FCS, we've learned that medium range assist at 80 is doing a lot of work. And we should just stick to that, at least for now. And we've learned that the Ming Tang generator Works really well with the Alula because of its quick recharge, which really lets you push your energy to the max. And that's what we've learned. This will be the new Stardust 1. Stardust 2 can stay. It's pretty interesting. It's like a heavy version. Stardust Hybrid, I think, might need to be deleted. Yeah, we'll delete it for now. It's the end goal, but we don't have the parts for it yet. We're also back to try damage. We also have a lot of chips to spend, which I haven't been doing because it would have affected kind of how all the weapons feel. If I was doing a challenge run, I wouldn't want to be increasing these. But I'm not doing a challenge run. I think I'm rough enough at this game as it is. So let's increase the repair. That'll feel good. I don't think I need another repair increase for now. Let's do more stagger damage, maybe. Could unlock terminal armor, which might be useful in the arena, not so much in missions. Weapon base, good utility. I'm gonna do manual aiming. There's also all our weapon damage types, which might be good to start increasing. But I'm switching so much that I don't know. Let's get the big stagger. And since I'm flip-flopping between the Curtis and the Turner, they're both kinetic, so I can raise my weakest gun's damage that I shoot the most by a little bit. Quick turn, I play with the lock-ons, that's not doing much. Assault armor could honestly be useful. The kick's a no-brainer, but it leads me to accidentally pushing it and stopping my boosts. Do I do the assault armor? Let's just try it. That'll be the last thing we try out. Could be like a get out of my face kind of thing. Like Freddie likes to get in my face. Or see if I can activate it on the fly without accidentally activating assault thrust and flying forward, which could be devastating.
Arena combat aptitude.
Because to activate it, I have to hit both sticks at the same time, which could also turn off my lock-on. So try and play normally and see if it just automatically happens where he gets close, like this. Yeah. Do I have to equip it or something? I can tell I usually use terminal armor. That shield one, the choose your shield, is actually probably the best one. But that's another decision point I don't really want to think about. It does unlock the most tactics. Okay, let's see if this lets me switch. Let's see if I actually have to equip that thing, or if I just was not. Probably have to equip it. Okay, let's try again. Now to clear D rank with just
Main
kidding.
system activating combat mode.
There we go. I only have one, so won't really get to test it out again, but for one point, I think we're going to leave it and see if I accidentally do something that gets me killed with it.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation. Well done.
I have a feeling it's going to let me down real bad, though, because it's either going to turn off my lock-on or cause me to assault boost forward badly. Those sticks are very important. In fact, I might even turn it off this thing, but first I'm going to go look at my controls. Not on this video, though, because how long has it been? 3 hours and 20 minutes? Just think of all the progress I could have made. I probably could have cleared 2 chapters, but instead I just had a lot of fun poking at things and going in circles. If you've watched all this, you are very impressive. You're like, I don't even know. You just get into the tinkering as much as I do, which is one of the really fun parts of this game. Losing the plot here because it's been so long. So I'll go ahead and cut it off here as I continue to do some very minor tinkers in the background to get ready for diving into Chapter 3 proper and just kind of smoothly coasting through it, I think. A lot of prep work went into planning things out. Anyway, for realsies, we're going to stop recording now. Thanks for watching. Next time we will be into, I think it's Chapter 3, probably. Whatever the next chapter is. The ice fields and stuff. Bye, yo.